Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the live stream coaches. Come on in. Let's talk about it. I want to share with you how I navigated in 2023 creating three brand spanking new offers. Now, these aren't no just, slap something together offers. These are full curriculums, coaching container, community. So, three full brand new offers, and I want to share with you how I've done it, give you um, something that you can use so you can do the same. Right? So, if you are a coach and you have a new offer, either you've been working on a new offer or you have this idea for a new offer. And specifically, I do want to talk to the coaches that you do have a new offer, but you've been in this constant state of tweaking. Yes, you. I want to talk to you. All right. If you are new to me, let me introduce myself. My name is Coach Kim. I am a certified life and business mindset coach for brilliant Christian coaches, and I simply help them make more money, have more impact in their lives, in their businesses, using two powerful things they already possess: their thoughts and their beliefs. You are enough. All right, so let's get into this. And so, what truly prompted me coming here to spend some time with you um, was the coaching call that I had today in one of those containers, and it's called Scale by Grace Mentorship. And so there were breakthroughs left and right, y'all. It was so many breakthroughs. I was breakthroughing as they were breakthroughing. So there were so many breakthroughs on the calls, and on Tuesdays we spent about 2 hours together. And so I want to share specifically how I supported one coach on her breakthrough because she has a new offer. Okay. She has a current offer, very successful mastermind. And now she is scaling. And so she's scaling, right? You could scale either vertical or you can scale horizontal, right? And so scaling verticals, you're increasing what you have, or you can scale out horizontal that way into new offers. And so she's scaling into a new offer. Now, she's been working on this offer for a minute. We're going to say it just like that. She's been working on this offer for a minute. And so we were providing support for her today. Okay. And so I'm going to share with you some questions. Now, we know the power of questions. Questions, they direct our brain to think new thoughts. And these questions that we were able to ask her, seeing where she was, where she wanted to be, these questions, they were able to create a breakthrough on the call for her. So I want to offer you some of these questions, okay? And if you are with a new offer and you're in a constant state of tweaking, the help is here for you today, okay? So let me just give you this first question. This is one of the questions I have I looked at the replay so I can just capture a lot of the questions and things that came up. But first things first, okay? You got this new offer. You're in a constant state of tweaking. You haven't got it out like you've planned. My first question to you is delay in the plan? Answer it. Is delay in the plan? Okay, because sometimes delay is in the plan and you good. But if you know you've been maybe the majority of this year, or you've been months, going on months now, and you are in delay, you truly need to step back and say, wait a minute. Was delay part of the plan? Did I put delay in here? Right? Delay here, delay here, delay here, delay here. Right? You're going to have to get clear if delay is in your plan or not. If delay is not in your plan, then I need you to lean in on this video. Okay? Lean in. All right. So let's go ahead and jump into this because I truly want to share with you how I navigated creating those three new offers, nearly unstoppable, like without stopping. I think that is huge. That is so huge, y'all, considering my history. All right. So, my coach, my beloved coach, she has her mastermind, this new offer, and she'd been with it a minute. And so she came to the call. We supported her. It was good, man. I mean, we writing stuff on the board. And so we get to where she's like this, the coaching was good. And this is what she said. Now, before, and I want to give you this, before she said what she said, I was already like, I'm like, okay, I see she's going to just take this coaching. I knew it. She was just going to take this coaching, but just stay right where she was with the coaching. And I knew it was time to move. I knew it is time for her to move from the place she's in. And so I got curious and I had a question that I was going to ask her, right? So this question came up, but as I was thinking of the question, she said something. It was so like, wow, that she said exactly where my thoughts were going. And so I provided her the coaching. She was like, I get to spend a little more time here, right? So whatever I gave her, out came her thought that I get to spend a little more time here, right? Because I'd given her some coaching around what she brought, but her thought was, I get to spend more time here, a little bit more time here. And so it was ironic because the question that was on my mind to ask her before she said this is, how long have you been here? I was just curious. Now, here's the thing. I'm her coach. I pay attention. I know how long she's been there. Can we just tell y'all? Can we just tell you? Right. You're not coming into my containers and just gonna look at some videos and I take your money and I'm like, have a nice life, a nice business. We got work to do. We got an assignment and I gotta give an account for you. I gotta give an account for what I've done. And so I'm thinking about my clients. I think about them all. And so I pay attention. I knew how long she'd been there. And so the question truly was for her to gain awareness how long she'd been here, right? With this new offer, constant state of tweaking, going back and forth, and it not seeing the light of day. Like no one's seeing it, right? And so that was one of the questions that just really sparked all of the coaching that came next. And she definitely received a breakthrough on the call. And here's the thing, she is out of delay, right? Like just one call shifted her where now it's like, there is no, I need to spend more time. I need to tweak it again, right? It's like, I'm enough. I'm ready to go. Wow. Like like there's nothing stopping me and this is my goal. It's my goal for you as well. That you see that you are enough. There's truly nothing stopping you. You are unstoppable, right? And I don't use that word lightly. When I see over the past year what I've been able to create, I'm like, things have happened in my life and my business that should have stopped me. They should have broke me. They should have put me in delay. They should have closed my doors. But there was none of that. There was, oh, this has the ability to stop me. What can I control here? Right? So I'm going to share with you how I navigated that. But let me give you some more questions that helped my client break through. Okay, so she's in this constant state of tweaking. And here's the thing, she had a brilliant plan that she was executing, right, with this new offer to make sure it was in a place to get it out into the world. But I sense the delay. You gotta have a coach that can perceive when you're in delay. when you're just using the coaching, right, in ways that actually just don't put you in motion. Okay. Coaching should actually move you. So, this is a question, okay, that I gave her and was able to move her. I asked her, what's ready? Okay, because she's tweaking. Okay, she's going back and forth. And she was using, all right, some of the new offer in a current container. So she had that. She had feedback. She had so much. She had so much already. So I said, what's ready? You need to identify what's ready and what are your thoughts about what's ready. So if you are in a constant state of tweaking with your offer, what is ready and what are your thoughts about it? It's just your thoughts that matter about that. And so when she began to look at that, she began to see that it truly was enough. It was more than enough. Okay. All right. So what's ready and what's your thoughts about what's ready? And do you see it as enough? Right now, the way I teach in my programs, I don't teach you go and you create all of the offer up front and then release it to the people. Right. You're behind if you do that. Right. You've got to get that out there. You got to get in the feedback loop with people. Right. Like, don't just create and then go. And so we create with, right? So I teach my clients a live launch method. Okay. So they're launching their program live in their container. All right. So what's ready and what's your thoughts about what's ready? And she was able to get a breakthrough and get out of delay. I want to give you a couple more questions that I gave her. And so when we saw the constant tweaking, the going back and forth, I said, okay, first things first, you have to get clear. What do you want? Like, what do you want? Like I asked you earlier at the beginning, I said, is delay in the plan? Do you want delay? If you want delay, continue with how you're thinking, continue with how you're showing up. You're getting what you want. But if delay's not in your plan and you don't want delay, you need to get clear on what you want. And when I say that, that's not just in the now. That's not just for this week or this month or this year. This is 3 to 10 years out into the future. What do you want? Do you have this future vision of yourself, this future plan? Because when you do, you will be able to use that vision to make decisions about now. But if we aren't clear about what we want in the future and what that desire is and how things are going to look, the vision is the end result, then we will take whatever's going on right now. And so this is how I was able to navigate this year. I knew what the vision looked like. So when an obstacle arose, I'm like, oh, you are not on the plan. This obstacle is not on the plan because I know where I'm headed. I know where I'm going. So I get to make a decision in the now based on the future. So she had to get this clarity about what she wants. Then we saw that with that, she had competing intentions. Okay, so this is something I help my clients with, to identify competing intentions, because you have an intention. Here's the thing, right? You have intentions, but then you have like, I want this goal, I want this thing, I want this many clients, but then you have competing intentions that resist it. Like, I don't want to look a certain way. I don't want to be salesy. I don't want to give up, 2 hours on this day. I don't want that. I don't want this. I don't want to be on video. I don't want people to hear me. You have competing intentions, right? And so we went there. We provided that support. So what do you want? Getting that clear vision, looking at what the competing intentions are. And then comes the question. Okay, here comes the question. Now, before I give you this question that I gave her, let me preface it because it is the question that I used to keep myself in momentum this year. Okay, so I created these 3 full-on programs. Y'all, I'm telling you, there's probably another one up in me. And these ain't no just half-stepping stuff. But I was able to create these 3 programs, and this is the question. Y'all ready for it? This is it. This is what made me unstoppable And it can make you unstoppable too. And it's so, so, so simple. All right. So, whenever this year, as I was working with my heavenly team, they had the blueprint. All I had to do is execute. And I'm doing the stuff, y'all. I'm doing it. I'm like, whoa, who putting this stuff out? Holy Spirit, you done took me over, right? Like, I don't know who put that out. Who created that framework? I done created like 20 frameworks this year. And this ain't no, cheesy frameworks. This is like deep stuff that I've spent days and hours meditating about. And so when something would pop up that had the potential to stop me, and I knew that delay was not in the plan, and I knew I intended, because heaven intended, I intended to get it out. It was not going to sit and collect dust. It was not going to just be stagnant and dormant. I knew that I had to stay in motion. This is what I would ask myself anytime something popped up to stop me. What do I need to think to stay in motion? That's it. You want to know how to become unstoppable? When something's come to stop you, what do I need to think to stay in motion? Okay? Staying in motion. Because here's the thing. Some weeks I had, a goal for a deliverable. Like I need to get 6 deliverables out to my clients. Right? If something popped up and it's like, what do I need to think to stay in motion? And so maybe that week there weren't 6 deliverables, but there were 4. I stayed in motion. And then 2 came behind, right? We think it's supposed to look perfect. Guys, it's not going to look perfect. Things are going to come up. Things are going to pop up. You have a life too. Things are going to come up. Right? Dealing with things personal in your family and ministry, things will come up. But how do I remain unstoppable? Regardless of what comes up. What do I need to think and do, because your actions are rooted in your thought? What do I need to think to stay in motion? And that's it. That's where I assigned my brain to go to. Like, we ain't stopping right here. We're not stopping. This is getting out. This is about to serve people. This offer is going to see the light of day. And it's not going to be no bootleg stuff. It's coming out with excellence. What do I need to do to stay in motion? And my brain supported me. I have an offer. So let me tell you about the product suite. The lowest tier is called Coaches by Grace Accelerator. The next tier, Business by Grace Incubator. And then that third tier is Scale by Grace Mentorship. Yeah, it's all by grace. Okay. We are who we are because of the grace of God. So the first to be launched were the lower 2 tiers, Coaches by Grace and Business by Grace. And the intention and plan is that they will be launched together. Okay. Coaches by Grace is the front end and Business by Grace was the back end. It was the upsell. You only see it, right, on the back end, the upsell. And so getting close to my launch date, Coaches by Grace, I'm like, okay, the work I was doing to stay in motion, some work I'd never done before, and everything, y'all. It was full curriculum, deliverables, tangible deliverables, sell pages, you name it, the whole portal, all of that stuff. The launch event, content, you name it, full on launch. Then we get to the point and I'm like, oh my gosh, I was looking at the time I had left and I'm like, Coaches by Grace is good. It's like 98% done. And I'm like, Business by Grace, I need to touch it because it's in the back and they need to see that offer when they sign up. And I'm telling you, it was like a lot. It was a lot of emotions. It was like, what am I going to do? Like, I just saw, because sometimes what we do, and make sure I get this right, we overestimate what we can achieve in the short term and we underestimate what we can achieve in the long term. Okay. And so like I sort of like looked at all of that work that I did. And I was like, oh, okay, that took a little bit more. I had my schedule, but I'm like, took a little bit longer than I thought. Right. So I overestimated in the short term what I could accomplish. And so here I am now looking at the time I have left and what I have to do. And I'm like, yeah, how I'm going to pull that off with, I just know what it took. But I'm like, it's going to be launched. That was clear. The intention was clear, right? And this is something I teach my clients. When the intention is clear, the mechanism will appear. Shout out to the late Brian Clemmer, right? That concept, that thought has fueled me in my life. When the intention is clear, the mechanism will appear. Like you don't have to know the how. The how is the mechanism. You just got to have a very clear, deep, convicted intention. Like this is how it's going to be. This is what I'm going to do. And so that's what I did. I'm like, I'm like, what do I need to think? What do I need to do to stay in motion? Because I am launching Business by Grace at the same time with Coaches by Grace. And I kid you not. I kid you not. In that moment, I got the strategy on how to launch them both. I'd already had an asset that I was able to use and create the upsell page. It was brilliant. Like literally the strategy was not available to me until I took my brain there that what do I need to think and do to stay in motion? I executed it in time. Now, for upsell pages, I think it's about 15%, 15 to 20, maybe 25% is high. That upsell converted at 35%. That upsell converted at, I was shocked. I was like, oh, they're signing up for the upsell too. I'm like, okay, this is great. This is great. Right? I'm like, yes. Because at first it was not going to be because I don't like that thought, but I was looking at the time I have and what I needed to do. And I was making a judgment. Okay. We don't talk about we don't have. We don't go there. So, like, yeah. And so, what's important for you? Okay. You're in this constant state of tweaking. I've given you a lot of questions to help you. Is delaying the plan? What's ready? What's your thoughts about what's ready? What do you want? What are your competing intentions? And then what do you need to think and do to stay in motion? Okay. Many of you, you're not in motion and I see it. And I'm anointed to get you out of it. All right. So I wanted to share this with you. This is the last thing I'm going to share. Like I said, things will come up. What's important for you also to remember is that you can and you get to control the controllables. Okay. When you focus on things outside of your control, right, that's going to take your energy from where it needs to be. That's going to take your energy, your focus, just your brain space. You put it on the wrong things. And so whenever anything came up, I didn't think about what I couldn't control. I only focused on the controllables. Like, Kim, what can you control right here? Right? I had another opportunity for a delay with Scale by Grace. All right? And so things are going to come, they're going to pop up. But truly, your ability to be unstoppable is within your control when you focus on the controllables. And what are the controllables? The controllables are what you think, how you feel, and what you do. And guess what? That's enough. It's sufficient. So please stop focusing on the things you can't control. All right. We want to let you know how we can help you. So we have the 3 offers: Coaches by Grace Accelerator, Business by Grace Incubator, and Scale by Grace Mentorship. My recommendation, if you want to learn how to become unstoppable, you truly need to learn how to manage your mind. Okay, this isn't just like a course, right? How to manage your mind or take thoughts captive. This is your life. Okay, Romans 12:2. Be transformed by the renewing. It's continual, the renewing of your mind. So many people think mindset is just something you just do one time, or you just need to get your mind right because your mind not right. No, this is how we live. Jesus, when he came to earth, he says, repent, for the kingdom of heaven is near. Repent means to change your mind. And you think that, you just step into the kingdom and it's over. You never need to change your mind again. No, you need to constantly be bringing heaven to earth in everything. So that tells me that if I need to bring heaven to earth in everything, and even in the future, I'm going to be in a constant state of renewing my mind. I'm going to be in constant state of trading my thoughts for what God is thinking in this situation. So this is something that is continual in your life, in your business. And so I'm able to stay in motion. Like, it's such a gift because there have been years of delay, y'all. There's been years. It looked nice on the outside, but man, oh man, there wouldn't be no needle moving. It would be like, go forward, go back, foot on brake, foot on gas. But to stay in motion an entire year? Come on. Uh, I'm here myself, just like how? How? It's the fruit of renewing my mind and defaulting that anytime something comes up, it's not what do I need to do, it's what do I need to think, because my action is rooted in my thought. So I've trained myself this way. So my recommendation is, if you're ready to become unstoppable in your coaching business and you don't have this foundation of how to navigate your thoughts, how to renew your mind, how to take thoughts captive, how to create belief. Right? Oh my gosh, I did share there was a lot of breakthroughs today on our call. And when, woo, man, I was like, woo, Holy Ghost, you showing out today. We helped a client that has a goal of signing 4 new clients. And so guess what? You get to create the belief for that without any evidence. Like, you may have never done it before, and your brain is like, we've never done this before. How are we going to do this? Doesn't mean a thing. You get to create the belief. All things are possible to him that believe. Believe you receive, and you will have. And so we showed her how to create the belief. So it doesn't matter what your goal is. If you don't have the skill of client acquisition by belief, you are going to be working to the goal, not from it. You're going to be using the world's methods, because we walk by faith, not by sight. And if you want to build a business in partnership with God, you've got to learn how to operate by belief. You have to. And guess what? That means you don't walk by what you see. You don't look at the numbers. Right? You don't look at the numbers to tell you, to dictate to you. Okay, yes, we can look at the metrics and make improvements, but you don't look at the numbers to dictate to you. God downsized Gideon's army. He's like, you got too many. 32,000 to 300. So we don't look at the metrics to tell us that we're going to be successful and yeah, we're on the right track. No, it's our belief. My belief creates that. And so you got to learn client acquisition by belief. And this is what we teach you in the Coaches by Grace Accelerator. It is a high touch, high value membership for new and established coaches that want to partner with God in their business. They don't want to hustle, but they want to learn how to sign clients by belief. And yeah, we got strategy up in there too. I don't play, right? I don't play. We got strategy up there too. Tomorrow we have our monthly training, and we're going to teach them how to use Google Docs. They don't need web pages right now, but how to use a Google Doc to articulate the value of their programs and of their 4-figure offers. How to use a Google Doc to sell their 4-figure offer, right? So we have the strategy in there, and there's a lot of strategy. But at the foundation, Clients by Grace, Coaches by Grace, you will learn client acquisition by belief. And then upon that, you build your other skills. Okay, I get into funnels and all that too, y'all. But trust me, at the foundation is belief. So join us. That's going to be my recommendation for you. Now, if you're like, oh, Kim, I believe, oh yeah, girl, I speak to the mountain. I believe I receive. Like my faith, I walk by faith, not by sight. Right? Your belief is good. You got client acquisition down, then we're going to invite you to Scale by Grace Mentorship. So that's my higher level program. And that's where we had all of these breakthroughs today. And so if you want to scale to new offers, you want to scale impact, you want to scale income, you want to simplify your business so you can think deeply about serving your clients, you want to increase your kingdom and coaching thought leadership, you want to be able to create concepts, intellectual property to help your clients. Like, you want to go to that level, then we want to invite you to Scale by Grace mentorship. So let's get you started right now. So if you want to get into Coaches by Grace Accelerator. Now, here's the thing. If you get in my higher tier Scale by Grace mentorship, you have complimentary access to the lower tiers. So you get a whole year free of Coaches by Grace Accelerator and Business by Grace Incubator, because guess what? It's the bomb in there. It's dope in there. You're going to want access to that too. And so just to let you know that. So, okay, this is how you can get started. Coaches by Grace Accelerator. Just go to my profile. Actually, just go to the URL, coachesbygrace.com. I forgot I did that. You can go to coachesbygrace.com. Or you can just go to my profile here on, you know what? I'm also on YouTube right now. Okay, YouTube. We will put it in the description for you. Hey, YouTubers. No, I said that back. I'm the YouTuber. Hey, YouTube community. Hi, y'all. You can go in the description and we'll have links there for you. But if you're on Facebook, go to my cover photo on my profile. You'll find the link, or just go to coachesbygrace.com and get started there. If you are interested in my higher tier, Scale by Grace mentorship, come on, somebody, because I remember scaling and spinning out into all of the failure thoughts and the deep pit. Like, scaling is not for the weak. So you truly want to make sure you have a foundation of belief and you have a coach that can support you in belief, in faith, in partnership with God. And we're going to support you. You just have to DM me for that, okay? Because we're currently in a launch. All right. So if you're interested in To Scale by Grace, we'd love to have you. I love you. And that's why I'm showing up. There's no delay on my watch. So if delay is not in the plan, come and get in these containers so we can get you moving. We can keep you in motion and momentum. Okay? All right. Thanks for joining. Say hello, everyone. We will come back and love on your comment. Be blessed.